stopped. I didn't check it. Glad they called timeout. So, folks, who have joined you here on we started the men's game early as the first game timed out. So we're bringing you the end of this game on the men's game. So let all the folks know, send some Facebook messages out so people can find this game. Free throw's good. I'm trying to get the word out on Facebook, let folks know where to look. So you'll find us on the men's game. So it looks like people are finding us, so that's good. Okay, sorry about that. Luckily, they took a timeout. 1:44 left, 51-50.
Oh, great
back
pass.
cut and good.
Great look by Stevens, Rob, the top of the key. She had an open three, and Sir read it as a shot and went down to try and rebound, but Stevens, seeing the mismatch, got it over the top of the defender, and Sir with the finish.
1 point lead for the Moose. Davila gets a pick by Toole. She shoots it outside. Back iron, no. Knocked away. Here comes Sir with it. 1:12 left. Butler now. Hope pops. Got it! Big hope for Hope Butler! 3 point lead.
1 minute remaining in the game.
Thurber trying to tie it. No, won't go. Butler's got it. She's in trouble. Looks for help. Gets it to Sir. Sir's going to hold. Looking for help here. 47 seconds left. You see the score. In the corner. Shot clock is official. Out of bounds. Got a sub coming in. 40.3 seconds left. 54-51. What an upset this will be. Thurber's got it. She's one of the 3-point shooters. Calls for the pick. Gets it from Beaudry. Thurber's going to take it. Floats it home.
And a great decision there, Rob. Really close to being able to get a fresh clock, so they're going to potentially have last possession.
Shot clock's off.
Ooh. Got to go foul.
Got to go get it. And they do. Finally, True comes up.
You know, as soon as that shot doesn't get on top of the 30-second clock, Rob, you really, if you don't get the turnover in the backcourt, you got to go foul immediately. That way you retain some possession on the offensive side for CM. These are huge foul shots here, and Hope Butler's had a heck of a game. We'll see what happens.
Sure has. Drops it home.
Yeah, completely confident stroke there from Hope on the free throw, Rob.
She had the big bucket there in the last possession. 55-53. Make it a 3-point lead. And she does. So we'll get a timeout. We'll stay right with it here. Set it up for you. 4 fouls on your Moose. So if they foul, they don't have a foul to give. But it's a 3-point game, Nate.
Yeah, that's
so.
Really
That's
good
one
point.
of the things to look at with a 3-point lead. You know, you could foul. Yeah. You could foul.
But it comes down to time, Rob.
Yeah.
That's one of the most important parts. If you have one to give, you know, and it's running down, and you get yourself in a position defensively that you're vulnerable, and you're able to foul on the floor and not during a shooting act, which is really important, then you can put them to the line. And if they make 2, no big deal, and you inbound, and you're able to, you know, have the game there. But there are a couple of different, you know, elements to that you need to have, and that's not shoot while they're fouling, not foul while they're shooting, and then obviously the clock. You want to let it run down as much as it can. You don't want to inbound the ball foul right away.
Right. So we hope you found this game. As this game ran a little bit long, and we have to time everything up for the end and the start of the next one. So I immediately started the men's game. Luckily, it was during the timeout, so we didn't miss any of the action. So we're now on the men's game, and we'll just let that roll through at the end of this one. So we'll see. We'll see what's going to transpire. They need a 3. Thurber's one of the 3-point shooters. They get it back outside. True, she launches. Back iron, no, won't go, and a foul in the rebounding action.
A bit of a soft foul there, Rob. They didn't look like there was much contact, maybe anticipated by the official, or there was a timeout called. I don't know if it's a foul or a timeout.
Yeah,
it was a timeout.
We're going to stay here no matter what it is. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. The Moose have played the game of their lives tonight. We're so glad you're able to find us here. Sorry that we went off the air for just a minute.
This would be a huge upset.
Oh my gosh,
Rob.
yes. Well, I forget what the win streak is at. This says men's game, but of course this is the women's game that ran long. We kicked it into gear on the men's game when our timer went off, so I'm glad I caught that, Nate. What a game this has been for the Moose. They lead it by 56-53. They called the timeout.
Well, CM needs a steal here, Rob.
The ball will come into the front court. They got a good look at that last 3, just rang out. Kate Stevens to inbound. They don't get the steal. You got to figure they're going to foul, and they foul actually.
Yeah, and that's a good play there. You know, you're going to put him to the line right away.
With no time going off the clock, so.
Right. The other thing, too, is who they fouled, right? I mean, there are some good free throw shooters on the court here for UMA. If you were able to rank them here, this is probably a good foul if you're CM.
So big free throws. We'll let you see it unfold. Basically, just need to hit one of them.
Just need one. Just need this one right here.
Petrovic into it. Puts it up, rolls it out, rebound, and quick timeout. That'll move the ball to the front court. So the drama continues. We'll stay right here with it.
Yeah, CM still has life, Rob.
Yes, they do.
Very well done there. In the foul with no time expiring. Yeah, the inbound was important.
The time you're seeing on the clock is the timeout time, so that'll click back in. What a game this has been. Great job by the Moose. But as Nate just told you, the Mustangs have life, and they've got a bevy of three-point shooters. And when we look at it, you're looking at Thurber, Huntress, three-point shooters. Davila's a three-point shooter.
That's one of the interesting things there is that they can put almost 5, ladies on the court that can all hit. So in the defense of the perimeter is obviously the priority here for UMA. But also, if you're CM, you want to get an inbound shot up in case of a miss, or you might have the ability to put it back. Fucking stop the clock.
Well, either that or what you do is you kick it back out for another 3 if you get the rebound. So we'll see how they do it. They've got Chandler True out there. She's a three-point shooter. Thurber, we said, Davila, and Toole is the rebounder in underneath. Davila's going to inbound across the way. Thurber goes to the corner. They get it into Toole. It's tipped away. The Moose got it. LeBlanc's got it. She's going to be fouled with 4.3 seconds left. So the inbounds came in, and the steal by Sydney LeBlanc. What a play. And now she'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, I need a little bit more crisper of a pass than the ball kind of floated a little high.
Got it. Big one.
Yeah, and LeBlanc might be one of their best shooters from the floor, Rob. So this is, for UMA, this is almost the best case scenario here.
Sydney with 13 points now. 14 points for Sydney, and she puts it 2 for 2 home, 58-53. What a win this will be for Coach Seavey. It'll be his first victory at the helm of the Moose.
Yeah,
they've got to hang on for 4.3 over the defending national champions. A signature win. Of course, we don't want to go too quick. As they say, stranger things have happened, but Nate, I'd have driven off the Memorial Bridge if we missed the end of this one.
Yeah.
If I hadn't, with the thing timing out, and at least I was smart enough to start the men's game right away. So, and it was still on the Facebook page or wherever people were watching, it popped up. So we hope everybody found it. We apologize for that. It's just such a tight wire act that we have to do when we have back-to-back games. So 4.3 seconds left. And probably the Moose want to make sure they don't really contest. They don't want to foul a three-point shooter, and they won't. Goes up. They'll kick it back out to Davila at the buzzer. It won't count if it goes. It was after the buzzer, and the Moose have won this one in an upset. And YSCC action, 58-53. We'll take a look at the final stats here as the kids go through the line. What a win for Coach Seavey. His first at the helm of the Moose. Madeline Sir was high scorer in the game, 23 points, 10 of 22, 1 of 5 from the three-point range, 2 of 3 at the free throw range. She had 18 rebounds as well. What a game for Madeline Sir, player of the game. She gets the Moose call here from Munsing Media. Sydney LeBlanc, 14 points, the 2 big free throws at the end of the game to seal it here. Hope Butler, good floor game all around, 4 for 8. And she ends up with 13 points. Kate Stevens, 3 points, but so many things done in underneath. She had 10 rebounds. She had 4 assists. She did a great job on the floor. Katie Butterfield, she chipped in with 2. Jenna Petrovic chipped in with 2. Cassidy Lesnar with 1 point for the Moose. For the Mustangs, it was Natalie Thurber, high scorer with 13 points. Mackenzie Beaudry had 8. Elena 2 with 8. Rebecca Davila, 7 points. Alyssa Everett, 5. Kylie Joyce, she chipped in with 4. Kristen Huntress with 2. Sarah Mooring with 2. Chandler True had 2. Casey Maloney with 2 points for the Mustangs. So what a win for the Moose. So we'll take a little break here. In fact, what we're going to do is we won't shut down. We will stay right up with this. Remind you the final score, 58-53 for the Moose. So we're going to attempt maybe during the halftime of the men's game. We'll try to get somebody up here to talk about the win. Maybe Coach Seavey or one of the players. Maybe we'll be able to get Madeline Sir up here to talk about this great big win for your Moose. Well, that's going to do it. What we're going to do is give us a little time. We're going to continue to let this game roll during the warm-up. So it's going to go to the preview screen for about 20 minutes as we let this game roll. As if you're just joining us for the men's game, the women's game timed out on us, so what we had to do was to immediately start the men's game so that we could catch the end of it. So that's what we did, and so the men's game will continue to roll, but it'll have the screen up on it. So stay with us. We're going to catch our breath after that one. 58-53. The Moose win it. We're back for the men's game soon. We welcome you back to the Augusta Civic Center as Munson Media Sports brings you Moose Basketball. The men's game coming up after an exciting women's game. An upset as your Moose 58-53 over the Mustangs of Central Maine Community College. So the men's game about a minute from getting started. Rob Munsing, Nate Munsing back along with you here. Glad we could bring you these games from high above courtside at the Augusta Civic Center. Well, that was quite a girls' game, a women's game, Nate, that we had here. A big upset, and the Moose will see if they can continue and sweep the night. So they'll do the starters coming up here first for the visiting Mustangs. They'll be in the dark road uniforms.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the University of Maine at Augusta's home game, hosted by the Augusta Civic Center. Tonight, the Central Maine Community College Mustangs versus your UMA Moose.
Good crowd in here tonight, Nate. Kind of a local game with the in-state rivalry.
Now, for CMCC Mustangs starting lineup.
So the Mustangs will get introduced
Number
first.
3, a guard from Orlando, Florida,
Mark McDonald.
A forward from Norwalk, Connecticut, number 4,
Saquon Williams. Big inside force, Nate. He's had a good start to the season. Nicholas Deering.
Guard from McCalla, Florida, number 23, Corey David.
The captain, Corey David.
And a forward from Warrnambool, Australia, number 35, A.J. Cunningham.
And A.J. Cunningham will round out the starting lineup for the visiting Mustangs. And now for your Moose, coached by Jim Ford.
Now for your UMA Moose. A guard from Odessa, Texas, number 12,
Cameron Johnson, number 12.
From Staten Island, New York, number 20, Jalen Wright.
Number 20.
A forward from Monmouth, Maine, number 22,
Connor Davies out of Monmouth.
A guard from Bridgewood, New Jersey, number 25,
Israel Downtown Brown.
And a forward from Winslow, Maine, number 33,
Nathan Martin out of Winslow High School. Get set to go. Referees in their men's basketball shirts. There's men's and women's official shirts this year, Nate. Somebody's making some money on that. You notice the sleeves completely dark. So we'll get set to roll them. So first for the Moose. Brown let it fly, as he should, because he's a great outside shooter. Take inside, fed inside, nice finish that time.
Little Euro step to the backside pass there, Rob. That looked nice.
Davies with the finish. And little foul action down there as they broke the trap and they got it into Deering, and he will shoot two.
Yeah, little might be a bit of an understatement there.
Yeah, a lot of foul action there. One more for Nicholas. He gets one of two. These are teams, so if you follow YSCC action, these are the teams that we cover. We're tickled to be able to do it. We just root for a great game like we got the last time. Popped outside. And Johnson. Sorry, that was Davies again. Corey David on the take. Dishes inside. Williams will roll it out. rebound underneath Williams. He's a board banger, but he can't get either one to go down. Comes right with it. Davies, floater, no. Goes to Williams. And out of bounds, not touched. Comes the Mustang pressure. Both these teams have a common opponent. They both played last Saturday. The Moose played, and Sunday the Mustangs played. They both lost to the Knights of Vermont Tech. That was popped downtown by Johnson. No, back outside to Brown. Penetrates, floats, home.
Number 25, Israel.
Yeah, and no backside defender there, Rob, down to the basket.
Almost an athletic play by Deering, but he couldn't get it up. A swoop and a non-finish for Johnson. Back outside, second chance opportunity, got deflected. Cunningham's got the rebound. Corey David now. And they'll slow it down. 4-1.
Yeah, Moose. I like how UMA's getting to the basket, though, Rob. A lot of easy, close shots so far for the Moose.
Moose in their zone. Goes into the corner here. McDonald trying to work his way out. Lost it. Got a block on Mark McDonald. Second foul of the game. Second one on the one each. I'm sorry. That's the first foul of the Mustangs. Comes the inbounds by Jalen Wright to Brown. Israel Brown out of Ridgewood, New Jersey. On the take, the float, no. Comes the break, Mustangs. Williams went in, he got defended pretty well there, and off it went. Head to Brown. Brown floats it and got it home. Nice finish. Israel Brown on the finish. Pretty play.
And nicely done there by Brown. You can tell, Rob, right now the offense is going to flow right through Brown. I mean, he's had a couple opportunities right to the basket. They're doing a nice job of knowing the defenders underneath his legs and jumping to avoid that and drawing the foul.
Number 25, Israel Brown, one good at the line.
Gonna see it coming up right here.
Boy, in slow-mo, that looks a little different. It looked like Corey Davis. David was down underneath and positioned in a good spot for an offensive foul.
Yeah, and Corey Davis done a lot of that. He's really a good defender that way. He took 3 in the game that we did over the weekend. Deering going to go to David now. David gets a pick. Baseline, kicks it out. Pop outside, in and out. Deering couldn't get it. Moose on the rebound. Good stop for the Moose. Ooh, Brown just got over the center court line. Of course, no damage there. No air ball. Corey David's got it fakes. Now he gets it ahead. Deering got the trailer coming in. Williams and is stolen away by Martin. Knocked out of bounds.
Interesting to see the different kind of style play here for Central Maine in comparison to last year, Rob. You know, a little bit bigger this year.
Yeah, yep.
Not really pushing the ball like they have in the past, although we've seen a couple of passes go down. They're still trying to feed it down underneath rather than the outlet pass, dribble drive all the way down in.
Elijah Smith in the game out of Odessa, Texas. He's one of the ones that the coach was talking about, able to stay on campus here. Just to steal underneath and defended pretty well underneath. But say hello to all the fans watching Texas. A little bump there, and yeah, that's going to be a block by Deering. Be third foul on the Mustangs. 7-1. Moose off to a good start in this one.
Yeah, they're just being aggressive, Rob. I really like this, seeing the different styles and how they developed and the different combinations of players in the game. They're just aggressive to the basket on offense. Here it is again.
Yeah, Govan in the game. Got it back outside for the pop. And that's filled up by Cameron Johnson.
Great decision there to kick it back out. A little up fake like I've been talking about. They've been going to the basket. That time he just fakes it going up and gets the defender to pull down. Easy kick out for the 3.
Back out to Corey David wide. 10-1. And the Mustangs want to get a little talking to here. Let you know our next game in YSCC action will be on Thursday night as Uni College Rams will be in to take on the Mustangs over at Kirk Hall on the campus of Central Maine Community College. Muncie Media, the broadcast partner of both the University of Maine at Augusta Moose and the Central Maine Community College Mustangs, and we're pleased to be bringing you games from YSCC. Had a good one in the first one. Big upset. Coach Seavey, congratulations on his first victory at the helm of the Moose as they pull off the upset 58-53, and I believe that stops a long winning streak in league for the Mustangs. So that was quite a game that we had there, and we had a little snafu, but we didn't miss any of the action. We have timing responsibilities to get one game into the next game out, and the games are set to go at 6 and 8 o'clock, and sometimes the window is ever changing there, and we were able to do a little finagling to as soon as the women's game I saw it ended, I went, oh, we'll bring the men's game right up, and we did that, and so luckily on Facebook they were right in the same area, and it popped up on our website as well, so you didn't miss any of the action, but it made me old before my time. 10-1. Good start for the Moose. Stolen away. Stepping into the passing lane was Govan. Now stolen back and finished. So a quick turnabout is fair play. That was Iben, I think, put the steal and put in. Khalid Iben. Tipped away. I want to thank the folks at the Mustangs. Patrick Dexler, I think, put together a pronunciation guide, so that really helps us. Stolen away. Stolen back and kept in play. Coming back with Smith to get it. Down the right side goes right in the corner. Then turnabout is fair play here as turnovers mounting up both sides.
Yeah, you got to shoot that one. Instead of kicking it to the corner there, you really got to put it up. You're right next to the basket.
Eddie Todd in the game for the Mustangs, one of the captains for the Mustangs. Cunningham's going to go out for the Mustangs. Volley in. Skip to the corner. Iben. Into the corner. Todd. Got it. Filled it up.
He's one of those players, Rob, you can't leave him. If he's out on the perimeter, you can't come down to defend because he's such a good three-point shooter. He's just waiting for you to go down on a double and get an open three just like that.
Johnson on a good take, got fouled. Cameron Johnson, Odessa, Texas. Welcome all his family watching. And Chris Govan also from Texas. Elijah Smith from Texas. So we got the Texas connection. I'm sure their families are watching. We say hello from Moose Country. First one's filled. Tobias Jensen the game. Number 42, the 6'10 center, be the tallest player on the floor. So the Moose have doubled up the Mustangs so far, 12-6. Iben. Loses connection, but it got it to Fowley. Fowley inside. It looked like a couple of steps, but not called.
Yeah, I mean, that might be the most obvious travel I think I've witnessed that didn't get the call.
Bosnakis.
It wasn't just off of the first one. It was the continuation even after getting the defender up in the air.
That was James Bosnakis. The Todd back outside. Bosnakis, no. Tipped away in the corner, and be white ball. Elijah Smith. McPherson in the game now loses it. Right along the baseline and white ball and ahead of the pack. Waiting for the passes. Davies, he's got it.
Number 22, Hunter Davies.
14-6. Foley's going to pull it out for the Mustangs. Hyman. High rebound. Martin got it. Come the Moose. Left side now. McPherson pops, no. Put up kind of high off the glass for Davies, didn't go. Now we got a collision and foul, and we'll scrape the bodies up and find out what's happening. .55. That clock official tied into the scoring system downstairs across the way. Coach Ford calls for some movement. Martin got it back over, and second chance opportunity here for Johnson. Goes up, rolls out, put up and in. Good follow.
Yeah, just in the perfect spot to get his own rebound, Rob. A little short off that one. Didn't quite have the English to get it over the rim, but in the perfect spot to be able to get the putback.
A dipsy-do, but didn't get down. Mustangs cold from the field so far. Outside, that's popped. Rolls out. Hyman. No look pass, but deflected. He gets it back. And now, foul called. So they're going to call on Johnson. There was an official standing 2 feet away. and the other one called it all the way across. Coach Ford's going, wait a minute. A nice talk with Coach Ford. One of the great gentlemen in the YSCC. So many great coaches here and such great people. They try to get it ahead here to Smith, and he'll bring it back out. Elijah Smith. No look. Lost it. Steal by Atad. Here he comes. Gets bumped. Foul going to be called. Hayes stepped in and fouled him. (16-6), 10-point lead for the Moose. Corey David going to check in. Mustangs looking for somebody, see if they can get the hot hand going here. They struggled a little bit. And Martin got good position for the rebound and got fouled. So that's going to be the 6th foul. So with 12:28 left, the Mustangs have committed 6 fouls. Moose 4. And now the pressure comes on. Hayes to Martin now. Martin faked it, got it back outside here to Davies. He's going to put one up that won't go. Corey David with it, looks ahead and knocked away, and it'll be, they say it'll go off the Mustang, so it'll be Moose basketball. Comes the pressure. Skipped in, tough play, but Martin did a good job of controlling that one. Something underneath. I didn't see it. I was on the ball.
Away from the ball. I'm kind of laughing a little bit because the official's mannerism for the call.
Yeah, it was.
He's pretty upset. The old knee. I didn't even know that was a...
Took it personally. He took that personal foul personally.
Certainly did.
Well, now we're shooting, so Connor Davies out of Monmouth Academy is going to get a couple of shots here. Got the first one. Got 5 points in the game. One of two.
Connor Davies, one good at the line.
Little pressure here, a trap defense. Corey David's going to end up with it. Josh Thompson in the game.
Rob, you got to imagine that Corey Davis got to take some shots here. I don't even think he's gone to the basket once yet in this game. Just watching some of the movements in the ball and the style of play here for CM, you got to imagine that most of the offense has got to go through him with the guys that are on the court right now for CM.
Ikovic to inbound here for the Mustangs. Got a little delay in the festivities. What are we doing here? One of the officials was over checking something at the scorer's table. Everything looks okay. 15 on the shot clock. The inbounds comes to David. He gets doubled up and knocked away. So this is our first look at the Moose, and they seem to be, I would say, a notch up athletically, and that's resulting in some pretty good defense, able to do a little bit more. Pop outside, no, and the rebound pulled down here by the Moose. Johnson got the board. Comes ahead here. Smith misses. David with the possession here. Corey David. Right side, drilled inside. There was a pull that they missed.
That'd be pass interference in the NFL
right now. It would be, yeah. There was a little pull on the shirt, yeah.
I mean, this play on both sides, Rob, is a bit ragged.
Yeah, with a capital R. Charles Cedre in, he gets it to Corey David. David with a good move to get it inside, get contested by Martin, and I think we're going to get a foul called on this?
No, I think they just called the timeout. Yeah,
just got the timeout.
I don't know what side it is. I'm trying to look see where the official's going to point. What side? 30-second.
And he didn't. He probably just said it, so we don't know who took the timeout. So I think Coach Ford took the timeout. I saw him signaling it, so we'll give it to the home Moose. 58-53, your final in the women's game. The Moose upset the Mustangs. But every year's a new year, Nate, so you can't play with the players you had in the past couple of years, so every year's a new year, and the deck gets shuffled, and it's always a very good, solid league, but the Mustangs have set the standard. They had a long winning streak in league. If Michael Martineau's watching, Michael probably knows how many league straight victories that the women Mustangs had before the Moose knocked them off here. Great win for Coach Seavey. Congratulations, Coach. And the men off to a pretty good start, playing some pretty good defense. Cold shooting by the Mustangs. Johnson getting harassed, going to lose it. There's a scrap for it. It's 1st and 10. They'll finally go to the possession. They let them work it out. Jalen Wright was on the bottom of that. Jalen out of Staten Island, New York. The 6'2 junior. Martin faked the handoff. Throws it back outside, and there's a traffic jam. I just heard somebody beeping. I think the 30-second clock malfunctioned. So they're looking to get it set. You see it's 0 on yours, and they're going over to reset it probably for 20 seconds. We'll see.
Yeah, and they also, in the meantime, they let the actual game clock run, so we There you go. They're going to reset it to 10:04.
Okay, so they're getting the clock set up. Tim Pinkham down on the clock, I think.
Oh, 10:19.
Tim's a former student of mine, Nate, from back in the 70s, back when I was teaching junior high school. He went to Gardner Junior High School. Tim was a gym rat, always hanging around the gym. Still hanging around gyms.
Still is, yeah.
Tim's a great guy, Timmy Pinkham. I still call him Timmy. He's probably 57 years old now. I have former students in their 60s. I'm going, oh my God. You know, their birthdays come up on Facebook. I'll say, oh, I had that kid as a student, and he's 61 years old. I go, wow. Yikes. Particularly my first year coaching. I was 22 coaching 18-year-old kids, you know. And
61. There's no way you had somebody that was 61.
Yeah, 60. Yeah. I'm 66. Maybe 60. Maybe 60.
I guess you're right.
Yeah. You know, a few of our first-year players at Gardner High School were a little late. They spent 4 or 5 years in junior high school and then 4 or 5 years in high school, so they could play football, though. That was good.
They wanted to be very educated.
They were. Comes back outside Corey David. They'll swing it around. And McCusker with the pop outside for 3. So as we said, Coach Gagne trying to find somebody to get a hot hand going, and McCusker came off the bench and nailed his first shot. Nice deliberate play there, but it didn't get down. Smith had a nice drive. Coach Corey Harris watching. Welcome, Corey. David did a good job of not traveling with that. McCusker's going to launch another one. And out. And ball loose. Let's see which way it'll go. It'll go to the Moose. Coach Corey Harris, former coach here for the Moose. Down in Florida now, I think, where Corey is. And always tunes in on Muncie Media or on Facebook or wherever we get the game. We got about 400 places. Coach Ford's out on the floor.
Just got told to go back to his coach's box. I think he's just trying to help out with the calls.
Both these coaches, great gentlemen. We love them both. They're wonderful men. Do a great job mentoring young people. Martin with a nice rebound. Nate's looking a little stronger to me this year. Israel got it. Israel Brown. 19-9, 10-point lead. All the way over, and that's a dangerous pass. It's hard to control over there and out of bounds. I don't think it got tipped.
Yeah, it's just one of those ones that looks good. It's very difficult to execute that pass, Rob, because you really got to sling it over there and be able to have it be controlled. There, that one floated just right out of bounds.
Yeah, they're trying to connect with Ben Johnson over there, and he wasn't able to get up and get it. Brown gets tripped. Going to be a block call. That's on Johnson. Johnson, one of the Australian connecting kids for Coach Dave Gagne. We get a lot of fans follow the Mustangs down in the land down under. So we say hello to those fans. We know they're watching. Can you let me know how tomorrow's going to be? Because it's already tomorrow there. I've been back in the game. Shot's good. Get a second shot coming up here. Israel Brown. Check in with Brown. He's got 8 points so far, does Israel. Had a nice talk with him. Welcome us back.
Number 25, Israel Brown, 1 good at the line.
Mark McDonald gets it back over. McDonald's a three-point shooter for the Mustangs. No look pass inside, tipped out, and it's going to stay red basketballs. That went off of Govin, I believe. McDonald gets it in, gets it high. Comes into McCusker. Williams back in the game. He hasn't really been able to go to work yet. McCusker, good shooter, in and out. Here comes Brown, ahead of the pack, lays it up and misses. McCusker hustled back, so he knew he was there. Oven. McDonald now. McCusker loops it over to McDonald. They come right out of McDonald because they know he's a three-point shooter. Here comes Israel again. He's got this one. It's going to be a stop. Second chance opportunity. And let's see, they're going to call travel. Well, that was a nice challenge in underneath.
Coach Ford yelling he had a power dribble. And then asking all the officials if they had seen it. But, you know, the officials are going to back one another up no matter what in that scenario. Yeah. It's a lost cause if you don't get that right away.
Yeah, the controversy came. I was a little late pulling the trigger on the replay. So Williams underneath. Let's see. I think they got him for a push. They did. 20-9. Low scoring YSCC game so far, Nate. You know, the Mustangs have had the advantage of, you know, they've been up in cozy Kirk Hall with, you know, good shooting background, real tight, and then you come into the big wide open Augusta Civic Center, not to make excuses, but just to point out some of what's going on. We think with the shooting percentages, neither team that great. Brown, head and shoulder fake. Israel floats, drops it off, put up, and that's not going to fall down. That's a couple of times Jalen Wright's had an opportunity to come for a rebound tap-in, and it floated out on him. Moose will come up to pressure 2-2-1. Probably trap if they get a chance. McDonald's got it here. Mark McDonald, right side. They'll come over and skip it to the corner. Trap place there. They don't get it. Mustangs go to work. They'll float it in the corner. Deering back outside. McCusker, he's got 1 3. He's got 2 threes.
Number 33, Luke McCusker for 3.
You know, Rob,
6 points.
Yeah, if it's not for him, they're only at 6 points.
Right, exactly. But they're right in this 8-point lead. That was an early whistle, so yeah, you got to figure it was going to go on the offensive player. 2012, 8-point lead, 6:53 left. Our scoreboard official. Going to work outside, Jalen Wright. Wright takes it in little collision. Israel Brown picks it up, pops it. It won't float in. The ball's loose again. Brown's got it. Let's see. And the travel call.
Looked like to me he had passed that before he got up, Rob.
.2012. Mark McDonald directing traffic here for the Mustangs. Faked it to McCusker, came back out. McCusker's got 2. That's in and out. Brown with it now. Comes Israel. Dip back outside. Got some other guys in the game here too. Govan back in. Put up and foul called, and Israel Brown's going to get a couple.
You know, Israel does a really nice job of changing his shot angles, Rob. He can basically shoot it down by his feet there. You witnessed him jump up and hold up into the air and change his shot angle, so it's not an easy block and drawing the foul. I mean, that really gets defenders frustrated because you're expecting it to be in a certain spot based off of your own shooting habits, right? So you go to defend those spots, and when you get somebody who's a little bit unorthodox like Israel, who can score, it's very frustrating from a defender's standpoint.
Moose, welcome to assistant coach Jeremy Grammer. Talked to him before the game. Assistant coach for both the men and the women. Brown's high scorer, 9 points. McDonald spins out of traffic. So they're coming out of McDonald because they know he can launch on the line. He was, and some pretty good defense there being played. And Djokovic just in the game. Want to say hello to his family in Belgrade, Serbia. And Djokovic. Been practicing on that name, Nate. And Djokovic. Hope I got it right. Let me know, folks at home. Popped outside. No, that was right. Mustangs on the downshift, on the take. Harbin is going to go the free throw line. (21-12). Low scoring affair. And that one will roll home. Brown with a scoop-a-rama.
Well, how about that? It looked like there was no room. He just splits the defender. Doesn't even slow down, Rob.
That was he made it look easy, but it wasn't. I guess is the best way I want to say that one, Nate. We're going to try to cue that one up for the...
Number 12, Nicholas Deering.
Deering with the basket. Inside, back outside. That was a quick pass, pop back outside for the three, and nailed by Johnson.
Yeah, a couple tricky passes amongst the...
Cunningham with the finish. That's a pretty dish.
And this is the flow that I think we were expecting, Rob. Both teams kind of waking up right now.
Yeah, I think it's taken a little time to hit stride. Brown. Stolen away. Harbin. No. In traffic. Right. No. And the ball laid right on the sideline. Cunningham got it. He's got a floaty, and let's see. They're going to count it.
Well, I thought they were going to
say on the floor. What are they going to say? Jim Ford is over there pleading his case with the official. I want to take a look here while we're waiting on this one. This is the finish by Israel. Watch this. The two defenders are there, and he just kind of split them. It was like Houdini-like.
It looked that way from where we were.
.402. Moose up by 6. Little wet spot on the floor. Martin trying to get some help. Got a cut late. Deering with a rejection underneath. Back outside. Scooped inside. Williams goes to work inside. They really haven't been able to get him going to work inside. He's been a big force in the games that we've done down there at Kirk Hall on the campus of Central Maine Community College so far this year. He's not really been able to get established inside yet, but that time you saw what he can do. He's got good, quick moves.
Yeah, the 2-3 zone is going to be difficult for him because there's always going to be a second defender. You know, even if he seals the outside player down on the box, Rob, you still got to deal with the other guy who's sitting right behind him. So, you know, typically what we see is a little bit more ball movement from CM, working it from side to side and trying to get that zone out of position to be able to get open look.
Good sky rebound by Johnson. Johnson's had a good game. He's got 10 points. Israel Brown with 11. They're the high scorers in the game. 3:30. 26-21. That one gets tipped away. Yes, it'll stay. buys Jensen the game. McPherson in the game now for the Moose, number 5. He's got it here. Trying to go to work, Ben McPherson. And Martin pops it home.
And that's a spot. Baseline three-pointer, Rob.
Right at the shot buzzer. Corey David outside. Cunningham to the corner. Deerinks is going to step back, take a three. Tough one. Rolls it in and out. Corey David skies for the rebound. Goes underneath. And causes the contact. They'll go to the free throw line for 2. Corey David, the captain, one of the captains of the Mustangs this year. In and out. We'll be back here next week on the 14th. Unity College in. Take on your Moose. We'll also have a Central Maine Community College game that night on the 14th.
Number 23, Corey David.
Brown, left side. Pop there. Iron. Somebody came screaming in. I think it was Wright or Johnson. Johnson almost tipped it. Corey David comes down and gets tackled. I think Hayes is going to get the call. We'll see. Both teams over the limit here. Corey David's got 2. Got the first one. Cuts the lead to 6.
Number 23, Corey David.
Got them both. David a good foul shooter. Got some kids at the scorer's table coming in. Elijah Smith back in for your Moose. He's got the basketball. Brown. Popped outside by Johnson. Cunningham rebound. David. Foley, nice feed inside. That's Gents for the put up and down. A really good fast break and gets it down to 29-25. Didn't see if this was a full timeout, did you, Nate?
They're up off the bench, so my guess is have 30-second timeout.
So a good chance for us to take a look at a couple of the good replays from this game here during this timeout. This one's a good break here. This was the nice Houdini-like drive by Israel Brown for the finish. Back to live action. I like that. That's good use of the timeouts here, Nate. Play some of the replays. Always learning. That was a beautiful step around that time. Cameron Johnson. Boy, that was a nice move by Johnson. Looked like he was going to go left. Came back right. Uh-oh. That'll make you old before your time if you're coaching. Corey David knew immediately that was going to get bad fast. He tried to levitate. Brown on the drive. Puts up the floater, doesn't get it. Deering with the rebound. Corey David now. Gets defended full court. David gets harassed enough that he draws the foul by Smith. Smith, the 6'3" freshman out of Odessa, Texas. We know we were told, Jen Laney said you'll have folks watching Texas tonight. Let us know if you're watching down there. I'm monitoring the feed on the Muncie Media Facebook page. Corey David been pretty good from the free throw line. I think that might be his first miss. Now 3 of 4. get all his points from there. 4-5 now. 31-26. This is a low-scoring YSCC game. The Moose are in a 115-85 game against the Knights. Knights hung around pretty well against the Mustangs and then ended up winning it down the stretch. That was a contest that went back and forth. That was a great game that we had on Sunday. Two shots. Brown will lip the first one. One of two for Israel Brown. Deering skips to the corner. Gents back outside to David. Good defense. Nate stepped in. Nate Mann's a good baseline defender as well as a good baseline offensive player. And a good blocker. Blocked the shot by Gents and now thrown out of bounds, and wheels are
this is just bad on both
spinning
ends.
off, right now. A little bit both ways. Both officials working. Getting worked on by the coaches. Brown behind his back. He goes, kicks it back outside. This will be a three if it goes for Smith. No. Foley. Malik Foley, what a nice finish.
Number 12, Nicholas Derenick.
36 seconds. And a foul called underneath off the ball, and illegal screen. So this will give a little momentum to the Mustangs here, the final 34 seconds. So 4-second differential between the shot clock. He'll pick him up at half court. Will the Moose. Corey David getting some instructions. Thompson in the game. He just got it back over to Corey David. In the corner to Foley. Corey David, head and shoulder fake, steps inside the arc and drills it.
Number 23, Corey David.
So final possession here, should the Moose go with it. 1.3 left. Corey David with it. This won't go. And we have played one half. You see the score, 32-30. A tightly contested game, which bodes well for a tightly contested second half of action. We're going to step away. Got some features by some of our wonderful sponsors. If you're just joining us, we're pleased to welcome CBU Benefits and one of the partners of CBU Benefits, Travis Mills. And if you haven't heard of Travis or his story, we're going to bring you this feature that they have put together at CBU Benefits that outlines a little bit about Travis's history, told from his point of view, and it's a really, really powerful statement. So we'll bring that to you, and you'll have some other features from our other great sponsors here at halftime. And we'll join you back on the other side. We'll have the stats from the first half as well when we come back after this.
I'm retired United States Army Staff Sergeant Travis Mills, formerly of the 82nd Airborne Division. In 2012, I was injured in Afghanistan due to a roadside bomb. It took portions of both arms and both legs, and through Walter Reed and 19 months of intense recovery, I was able to build myself back up, learn how to walk again, drive again, and take care of my young family. Since then, I have decided to be on the road speaking as a motivational speaker.
Life is all about perspective, all right? So for me, it's real easy. I gave a lot, but I didn't give everything. When I think about my situation, I'm lucky to be here.
When I was on the road speaking, I was hired by CBU Benefits. Ray Valley and Brian Heath brought me in to speak at one of their forums.
After hearing Travis's story, I was compelled to move forward with our relationship. We specialize in reaching out to employees and employers, explaining to them the value of supplemental health coverage. Accidents, cancer, critical illness, disability, and sometimes even death are events that happened in our lifetime.
When I'm on the road speaking, I'm able to have sidebar conversations with everybody that wants to come talk to me. And I hear about their family and loved ones that are going through maybe cancer, maybe a critical illness, maybe something, being disabled from a job and not having the coverage that they need because their healthcare just didn't cover it. After talking with Ray and Brian, telling them how much I really appreciate what they're doing, they decided that it would be just an awesome partnership if I became part of the team, not just as a spokesperson, but as an actual partner in the company. I have a message for everybody about supplemental benefits because I feel like everybody should be protected from life's unexpected events.
Accidents do happen. I ask that you would allow one of our experienced representatives to come into your business so that we are able to educate you on the value of these very, very important products.
JMH Associates is a boutique financial and management consulting firm that can provide customized solutions for your business or personal affairs. We can provide management expertise to your small business, personal financial guidance, and organizational structure for your personal and business needs. This will allow for better communication and execution with your other financial partners. We help establish businesses, we'll help you start a new business, and we can provide IT support for your business needs. We are JMH Associates. We're proud to be associated with MunsingMediaSports.com.
I really picked up cycling about 15 years ago, and it, kind of been a passion. I actually started with a trek across Maine, and did a lot of road biking and transitioned into more mountain biking and off-road activities. I practice a fair amount. I practice on really technical trails, and actually just about a year ago I was practicing here on local trails and had a problem where my foot released from the pedals and drove my foot in the ground and ruptured my Achilles completely. Dr. Asherman, I think when I first met him, I, at that point, knew I had a full rupture. I think partially as an athlete, you kind of try to make light of the injury, and I think that's it's a self-preservation type thing. Almost like you don't want to believe that you're that hurt. Dr. Asherman was pretty stern. I'm not sure he was all that impressed with my maybe wanting to push through, and had been walking on it for a week since the injury. That being said, when it came right down to it and they scheduled the surgery date, it was all business. Dr. Asherman told me exactly what was going to be done, how the repair would take place, what I would go through during the rehab portion. The time that I was off the bike, it was probably 2 months that I was off the bike, and then I elected to go to OA for my rehab. And the main reason that I did that was because My PT person, Marcus, was able to work directly with my surgeon and talk to them about my progress, and they were able to kind of cater my PT so that I could progress at a faster level. And during that time, I was pedaling a stationary bike. I lobbied really hard with my surgeon to get on an electric bike because I just didn't want to pedal inside. It took a while, but I finally did get back on that bike. I use that for rehab a lot. Now I'm completely on a regular bike, and I think confidence is a big thing. Knowing that my ankle is strong and that I can do the things I used to do. It's still a work in progress. It's still healing. There's no stipulations of things I can't do, and I think it's one of those things where if I've got questions, I can make a phone call to OA and find out, what I can and can't do. Marcus in the PT department has, I have his email and his phone that I can call him and talk to him about things I'm feeling, things I can do and change to help progress along.
Junior Trojan Football and Cheering would like to thank Maine Athletic Fundraising for allowing us to build this beautiful facility. We raised $18,000 in our first year with Maine Athletic Fundraising, $28,000 last year, and we hope to top that again this year.
The Leavitt Hornets have established themselves as one of the leading football programs in the state of Maine.
Goes down, he's got his man wide open down the seam, going to be 6. Touchdown Hornets, just what the doctor ordered.
And the Hornets know when it comes to fundraising that Maine Athletic Fundraising is just what the doctor ordered.
So here we are today at Leavitt Area High School, and I've been working with Coach Hathaway. This will be my 9th year kicking off his team. They're a great program in the state of Maine, and I enjoy kicking them off every year. They've got motivated kids, and they do a real good job with the fundraiser every year. I think you guys are ready to roll. What do you think? Yeah. Good luck, guys. Thank you. You got it. You're all set.
So we've been working with Maine Athletic Fundraising for the last 10 years with Mark Smith. Mark's been very helpful to our program. The nice thing is we're in the preseason, double sessions, a lot going on, but they come in and take care of everything. Give the players a good talk, pump them up for the fundraising, get them the materials they need and some ideas to sell the cards, and then they get the kids out and go. So it's been very helpful to our program. We've been able to raise thousands of dollars every year, and it helps us out a lot.
You saw the score. 32-31, barn burner going on here. Should be a great second half. Rob Munzing, Nate Munzing joining you here from high above courtside at the Augusta Civic Center. Your Moose Call. First of the season. We'll be here for 7 home dates at the Augusta Civic Center. Most of them come in the first semester, it seems. And those are usually on midweek nights. You can check the Moose schedule on UMA Athletics website. You'll find all their home games, and with their home games, of course, will be here. Take a look at some of the stats as we roll through this. High scorers: Cameron Johnson with 12 points and Israel Brown with 12. Game high. Corey David, 6. Luke McCusker with 2 threes, 6. Malik Fowley, 5. Connor Davies has chipped in with 5 points. Nate Martin, 3. Those are the scores. For the Moose, David with it, left side. Gets it back out high. Mark McDonald hasn't had many shots. And he hits a 3 there.
Yeah, and I talked a little bit about that in the first half, Rob. We usually see CM kind of work the ball side to side against the 2-3 zoning and wait for it to get out of position. And there's a perfect example coming out the half. I mean, Coach Gagne had a bit of talk with the guys and say, hey, let's get back to our offense against this zone.
Yeah, and exactly. Let's get back to the guys that normally high scorers. Israel with a good shot outside, but a front iron. Here comes David, left side. He'll get it back. They'll swing. Then McDonald's got another shot. He's got another 3. Mark McDonald.
Yeah, and Mark can really go off.
So you can see what's the plan here. McDonald didn't score in the first.
You know, and it's interesting, too. You look at UMA, Rob, and I think maybe this year, out of all the years, they can match up man-to-man against CM. I think it's pretty even back and forth here. You know, just looking at the bodies, the physique of the players and their athletic ability, I think they match up really well. You know, having talked to Coach Ford for the last couple seasons, and they were typically always undersized.
Yes.
They always went to their 2-3 zone, and they play it really well. You know, but you're going to give up open shots. So if if you face a good outside shooting team, you're really putting yourself at a disadvantage. Obviously, it paid off in the first half, but here coming out the gate, and you get, Brown who's hitting from outside.
So quick start here in the second half. All the Mustangs. 7:01 here to start, and they turn up the defensive intensity, and Coach Ford might want a timeout. He's going to take that timeout. So as we said, a 7-0 run. They've got the Mustangs up 38-32. You're watching YSCC basketball. We're just rolling out our season. Glad you could join us. We'll have all the home games of the UMA Moose here from the Augusta Civic Center. Women 58-53 over the Mustangs. Coach Seavey's first victory. Congratulations to Jim. Great victory over a great team. You'll always remember that one. Jim's been a very successful high school coach here in the state. Really among his stops. Also assistant under Coach Fifield at the University of Southern Maine. So when I talked to Jen Laney, she was so pleased to have Coach on board.
That's a great hire. I mean,
oh, yeah.
Anytime you look at putting a program together, and you have to have a new hire, I mean, you're looking for that veteran coach, right? Because they just know how to step in and kind of implement, their fundamentals and rules and, get everything kind of rolling.
McDonald, he's got 2 threes. That one's going to front iron. Deering went up, but he couldn't keep it alive. And Here come the Moose. Moose looking to get something cooking here. Israel Brown gets trapped outside, spins around it. Left side now to right. Right took it to the middle to the hole and knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, and I love that defensive adjustment there for CM. Coach Gagne coming out the second half, telling them, hey, we're going to trap Israel Brown, the leading point scorer right now for the Moose, get him to pass the ball out of his hands so he can't take it down in and be the scorer that he was in the first half.
Here's the trap in the corner. Mustangs got it. Williams stole away. Right side now. Deering. Holden McDonald to Corey David. David stops, pops, in and out. Davies to Brown. Here comes Israel.
Number 12, Cameron Johnson.
So here's the basket that they needed right there. Williams kicks it in the corner. Tipped away. Williams got a piece of it, but it came to Brown. Comes Israel. McDonald on him. Israel goes. Comes back out. Bang! Nathan Martin. Cool, calm, set up by Martin. Didn't rush it at all. Took the shot. Long three. Inside to Cunningham. He'll put it in for two.
Number 33.
38. 40-38. 2-point lead for the Mustangs. They go to work outside now. All right, Davies pops. Got it. Good pop that time by Connor Davies. Ties it at 40. Deering, he's got a three.
Number 12, Nicholas.
43-40.
So everything kind of balances out, doesn't it, Rob? We saw a lot of misses from CM in the first half and a lot of shots go out from three-point. We're starting to capitalize and make those now.
And so isn't Davies.
Yeah. Good rebuttal there.
Davies back-to-back threes. Filling it. Comes Cunningham with the scoop and home and finish. Williams went up, but he didn't finish. Looked like that was going to get home. Played just a little over 4 minutes here in this second half, and they're talking about who the foul's on, I think. Not sure. What do we got? Was it a technical?
I guess it was technical. Okay.
I didn't see it. Coach Ford trying to get something explained to him.
Yeah, I'm trying to listen in.
Well, Corey David took the technical and missed it, the one shot.
I don't know what the call was.
Yeah,
we can't tell from up here, and
yeah.
I can't read based off their body language and discussion. That's not even what they're talking about.
It was the most mild-mannered technical call in the history of basketball. It was just kind of...
There was no reaction on the court.
I don't know what the
anyone.
heck happened. Yeah. So you don't think there wasn't any kind of demonstration or anything?
No.
So now Williams is going to shoot us two. Okay. I wonder if somebody at home saw it better than we did. Well, with all the weight here, the foul shots haven't gone. David missed his single shot. Williams missed his first one. He'll get another one. Saquon Williams. He got one of two. Two-point lead for the Mustangs. Moose with the ball, though. Brown got contested. They thought about it in the corner. Govan, he's going to put it up and out. The swoop, but no finish for Mark McDonald. But he got fouled, so McDonald's come to life here in the second half with a couple of threes right out of the chute. Former Mustang Elijah Barber was watching. I think Elijah's down in Australia, I see on Facebook. So happy Wednesday to him. I pulled a graphic out, Nate. If I can get it up in one of the timeouts, I'll try to do it, of where everybody's watching from in the first half tonight. It's amazing.
Number 3, Mark McDonald, one good at the line.
Yeah, CM's got that reach.
Yeah, and now, as we said, Coach Ford's, he's got kids from Texas, and he's got kids all over the place now. Serbia, New Zealand, Patrick Robinson. See if I can get that graphic, Nate. That'd be interesting to see. So there you're seeing it up on the screen. So obviously the United States, and then you see the states. Got 32 people watching. Florida, Massachusetts got a good number. Australia and Victoria, 20 people watching. 19 out of New York, 18 in Georgia, 10 in New Jersey. And on it goes. Well, look at some of the places we got. We got folks in Puerto Rico watching, over in the United Kingdom, over in Germany. So we welcome our worldwide audience. That was pretty cool to see that.
Yeah, that's the beauty of the internet right there.
Yeah. Well, people that don't know really what we're doing, we explain to them, some of the people that know me, when I say, well, we got a worldwide audience, they say, there goes Rob again, making stuff up. Williams with a swoop and a finish.
That's a nice finish there too, Rob, avoiding the defender who was set up trying to take the charge. Jumps right around him, able to kiss it off the glass with a nice underhand touch to it.
They're really harassing Israel. Israel will go, he'll draw the contact and scrape himself up off the floor like he does, Israel Brown. Out of Ridgewood, New Jersey, the 6'1 junior. Playing a lot of minutes for Coach Jim Ford.
Yeah, pretty much all of them. He hasn't really come out. Maybe at the end of halves sometimes,
Yeah, sometimes he'll get a little... He'll get a little break, but he's a floor leader and inspirational leader. Just a great kid. Like I said, I was talking to, as soon as I came in, big smile. He says, Munzing Media's in the house. So we love when the kids interact with us, and we got to get back to the doing the interviews at half times of the games. I'll talk to Jen Laney about that. We'll start getting some of the kids on so you can meet them. Malik Fowley, no-look pass. McCuska's got 2 threes. That one will ring in and out, and I think they're going to get Williams or somebody underneath on a push. I think it was Charles. Charles is back.
Yeah, Charles is back.
Yeah. Charles said
I noticed that.
Yeah. They actually helped me pack up the other day. Great kid for the Mustangs. Martin tried to drop it in underneath. It didn't go. Malik Fowley's out ahead of the pack, and here he comes and up and in. I'm sorry, that was Burgess, number 1 on the steal and the go. Tyan Burgess, the guard out of Stamford, Connecticut.
Number 20, Jalen Wright for 3.
Jalen Wright hit the 3 ball on the other end, and we keep it right at a 2-point game.
Yeah, man, Martin is just so good on the baseline. He just knows what to do with the ball before he even gets it.
McCuska falls the shot and got collisioned. That's the third on Brown, so you have to keep an eye on that a little bit.
Yeah, he just got to play smart here. I mean, they can't afford to have him off the court.
Thanks for all the fine, nice comments to fans that are watching and making for us on both sides. Step over, good defense that time. Goes to Brown. Brown got collision. They let it go. Burgess hit him, but they let it go. Let's see which way. We're going to go the other way with that one.
Yeah, that's a big foul there. Nice defensive play by Malik Farley down underneath Rob, and setting up. You know, understanding Isaiah's ability to go to the basket and just kind of taking that right away from him by setting up, he had really nowhere to go. Here you can see it, but he stopped well before, plants his feet, and the contact's obviously made there by Brown.
And Williams swoops in for the finish. Kind of a little crucial juncture here. Let's not panic. It's only a 4-point game for the Moose, but Brown floats. Stolen away. And finished smartly. That was a nice job by Govan. Tough pass. Burgess is going to lose it, and now we're going to get a foul on the floor. So Israel's going to come out with the 4 fouls. Elijah Smith will come in for him, the freshman out of Odessa, Texas. Comes Smith with it. Burgess on him.
Boy, and that's too bad. They just took a 3-pointer away from
UMA,
Rob. I like that combo up at the top with Wright coming off the ball. I mean, if any defender goes down underneath that exchange, he's got an open look at a 3, and he's been good out here from the wing. They might want to try and run that more as they move forward here in the second half.
Yeah, it looked good. It looked like it was going to be a good setup. Tough get in. Some good defense. Farley, I think, on it. Almost stole it. Malik Farley's a premier defender. Thrown away and just thrown away. No tip.
Yeah, 11 seconds on the shot clock.
Coach Ford says there was a deflection.
Oh, Malik definitely hit that, Rob. There's no question about the ball changed direction. I mean, there are bad passes, but if that was where the ball was meant to go, that is a terrible pass, and I don't think that's exactly what happened. I think they might have missed one there with Malik getting his hand in the passing lane, deflecting that one, and it.
We'll give you a look at it as soon as we get a break. Matty Todd back in the game. Matty's got a 3 lined up. He's a 3-point shooter. Won't go, but he got fouled. So let's take a look at that, Nate, and see if we can. Then I'm going to really slow it down into super slow motion. That way slow down. Here it goes.
Oh, yeah, Malik definitely hit that. I mean, you can just tell based off of how the path changed.
Yeah, that super slow replay we've been using a little bit this fall in football. It's really nice, and because we're going out at 1080p, the frame rate's wonderful and it stays nice and smooth. So, good use of replay right there. Officials are human; they're going to miss some.
It's early in the season for them too. I think
going to have a do-over here and reset the deck. Matty Todd. Some Mum Rita's watching. She's always a big fan of ours. Watching in Australia. So actually that became a 2-point swing, Nate, there with that deflected, not called. Boy, this guy's calling everything, isn't he?
Yeah, a lot of stuff, a lot of ticky-tacky stuff out on the defensive play on the ball usually.
Not like I got to get home. I'm still retired tomorrow. inside. I don't know how that worked out, but it did. That looked like it was going to break down for Johnson, but he stayed with it. And it wasn't the smoothest of plays, but the result was wonderful. A 2-point basket for Johnson.
Yeah, the ball being deflected away put the defender out of position because everyone was expecting him to go up at a different time. And he had to gather it and put it up at a different interval.
Bosnax is going to go to the free throw line. Yeah, we just had somebody come up and ask us if it's live streamed. It's right there. Yeah, Munzing Media on Facebook. You can find us. You're welcome.
Well, they had a stoppage on the court. Perfect timing.
Yeah, perfect timing. So Bosnasic at the free throw line.
Well, he came up here, Rob. I thought he had a very serious question. The expression he had on his face, I was watching him come up.
Yeah, you saw him.
Yeah.
If you see him coming up with weapons, Nate, let me know. That one rang home. Dropped in, 56-52. Here comes Brown behind his back. Now remember, Israel's playing with 4, correct, Nate?
Yeah, that's right.
So he's got to be careful. Gets it to Martin. That's Martin's spot, but that one doesn't go. Matty Attard dishes underneath. That was a tough one in underneath. Not able to get it finished. And
yeah, you can see the early season kind of finesse ones down underneath, Rob, where you're expecting contact, but you need to make an adjustment last minute. Those aren't falling for a lot of people here early on.
That was Bosnasic. Popped outside and home. That's a tough finish.
14. Khalid Ivan.
Ivan got it to knock down. That was a fall away. Pressure on his face. 58-52. Ooh. Fowley with a good steal. And they're going to call it on the floor. No basket. Sometimes what they'll do is they'll sometimes let that type of foul, even though it's a foul, when it takes away, a really good basket, sometimes they'll let it go.
We just had like 15 seconds run off the clock here.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Like
first game, too.
Yeah, for a lot of people.
Tracy Wright, hello. The Wright family's watching. Welcome. Glad you could join us. So they're having a sleepover down there in front of the scorer's table. Now, I don't know if you can show it down there with all the folks that are looking to check in here. Yeah, looks like a tent city. Cedre got the first one. Charles will get a second. So we'll have to do some work here as in they come. Williams came back in. Cunningham back in. McDonald. Corey David. That was the full line change. Missed and rebound. For the Moose, here they come. 59-52. Important juncture here. Already 10 fouls on the Moose, 6 on the Mustangs. So this is going to be a long final 11 minutes or so. Comes out high, and there's another one. Takedown, Williams.
Yeah, there's been very little flow to this game for both teams, Rob. There was a bit of a stretch midway through what would be the second quarter-ish that looked pretty good back and forth, and now we've completely hit a stall here amongst both teams.
No good, tipped around. Cunningham with the rebound for the Mustangs to David. McDonald back to David. Into Cunningham in the paint. Going to lose it is A.J. Cunningham, and Israel Brown's got it. Cunningham on the chase. Here comes Brown. Downshifts, puts it up and floats it home.
25, Israel Brown!
Good weaving through traffic by Brown. Cunningham comes in late. Puts it up, doesn't go, and here come the Moose with Brown. Squirts the issue, up and in. Back to back by Israel Brown. That was a pretty one. Similar to the one he had in the first half, Nate.
Yeah, and he's got 4 fouls again, but he's continuing to be aggressive and getting to the basket, Rob. And that's really his game.
McDonald to Cunningham. Cunningham puts off, finishes. Let's take a look at that one. The last finish by Israel Brown.
Yeah, and again, just one of the defenders. You figure that at some point the CM team would kind of understand that he's trying to work his way to the baseline. If you take that away from him, you're going to make his shot a lot more difficult.
Of course, playing with 4, he's treading in danger. A.J. Cunningham got a second one. Cunningham, one of the Mustangs' Australian connection. It's a pipeline that Coach Gagne has opened up. Been very successful for the Mustang program, and the kids that come over have all been wonderful kids. Because both these teams, when you talk to these kids, it's yes sir, no sir. They're terrific kids, playing basketball for all the right reasons. Well, that's a good shot usually for Nate, and he didn't get that one, but Martin will usually hit that baseline one.
Coach Ford trying to get the old elbow call there.
Yeah, I didn't have time. I was taking a quick look at the folks that are watching our coverage on Facebook.
I love watching Coach Ford, like how animated he is, you know, and not in like a Bobby Knight way, which is aggressive and intense. It's completely opposite of that.
It is, yeah.
It's fun. I mean, he's still, fighting for his guys on the court.
Yeah.
He's doing it in a manner which, it doesn't come off as malicious or anything like that. It's fun to watch it from up here.
He's like a ranting gentleman. I love it. And Coach Gagne is very similar.
Yes.
So when they say something, the officials go, "Uh-oh, we must have missed something," because they're not the kind of guys that are on every call. You know those guys that the first call of the game, if it goes against them, they're on you.
Yeah.
And then every call, they're on you. So when these guys come out and they, like Dave's going over right now, he's got his hands up going, what's going on here? I mean, the officials, they'll listen to him because they know, hey, this guy's not ranting and raving at me all the time.
Yeah, and these groups of officials, Rob, do all their games.
Yeah,
they
that's right.
see them weekly. So it's the same guys back and forth. So they all have a really good relationship. I talked to a few of them recently about officiating in the YSCC and how that compares around the state, and they all seem to really like it.
Yeah,
the basketball is good, the competition is good, and there's this kind of camaraderie around this kind of tiny little conference.
Yeah, and
that's in Maine,
and we love it. We love covering these teams, and the teams that come in are nice and polite, and they watch a lot of our coverage because we're doing a lot of coverage for the two teams. So the opposing coaches come in and they get a kick out of some of our Mainisms that I sometimes spout. Of course, we've added Jim Toomey, and Jim's a Mainer as well. And, you know, sometimes we use these Maine expressions. I'm sure the people in Australia are going, what the heck is he talking about, matey? And, you know, we just, we love connecting with the community here. Darren Busnakis is watching in Perth, Western Australia. So we thank him for watching. The Williamses are watching. Something bad happened there with the horns going off. And I don't think that was right shot clock. They're going to reset it. What are they going to set it to? 6 seconds. So they got to get the shot off quickly. And they do on a nice take and finish by Cameron Johnson. Johnson's got 19 points now.
I hope UMA continues this, you know, aggressive play to the basket, taking it all the way down in. I think last year they kind of ran into this rut of they were a really good perimeter shooting team, but I think they relied on it too much. I'm really excited to see the Moose be long and athletic and have the ability to get all the way down to the basket.
Foul's going to be called underneath. On the rebounding action, Jalen Wright gets called on the foul. Deerink will go to the free throw line. Nicholas's family probably watching over in Belgium. Five-point game. Just slipped out. Follow-up is good. That was Devin Began. Devin in the game. Devin's first appearance. And Williams bangs it home from underneath. 5-point game again. Israel Brown, he carrying 4 fouls on his back. He's played very well with it. He's played a long time with that. Pop outside, ironed up. Ball's loose and out of bounds, and it'll stay Mustang basketball. Nate Martin back in.
Yeah, they need someone down underneath to defend Rob.
Corey David, just in front of the scorer's table, bring it out. Set the offense up. Directing traffic, McDonald. Malik Fowley. I have no idea. The official took about a 30-minute stroll from the Hancock lumber on the floor all the way over to the scorer's table.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the issue is here. I think it's another clock issue.
I think he caught something that had gone on. And I mean, they have responsibilities, right? I mean, one of the officials in the rotation will be responsible for checking out the clock, making sure everything's going with that, I think. And so something happened.
Oh,
did they change it?
The clock had reset. The shot clock, that is.
Yeah, so
now it's at single digits here.
Corey David inside. Fowley got rejected underneath. He gets it back. Fowley goes up. And they're saying a shot clock violation.
Well, it definitely hit the rim, Rob.
It hit the rim, didn't it?
And it never reset. I mean, I guess they got to go with it because they let the play happen. I mean, it definitely got up and hit the rim, and they should have reset, and then it looked like Farley got his own rebound underneath the basket, and it should have been a 30-second shot clock at that point.
Let's look at that play. I got it in super slow motion. Here it goes up. I don't know.
Well, maybe it never did.
Yeah.
Well, good call.
That's why replay's so great.
Yeah, that's twice.
So the replay proves it out. McDonald tipped away. The Moose on the hunt. They had Brown underneath, and they want a goaltend. I don't think they'll get it. His flying in was right.
Well, they should. It was definitely on its way down. I mean, the fact, I don't think that shot was going to be in by any means, but it's on its descent. I mean, I thought the bench for the Moose had a reasonable argument there.
Yeah, we couldn't bring in the replay there. I didn't catch it in time. Principals come in. Called an assembly.
Oh, great finish
nice
there.
Tip in. Govan with the sneak-in tip-in. So the official, we went on pause because we were trying to listen to what he said. He basically said, let's stop talking to each other. Let's just play basketball. And so he set the tone there. That's good officiating. Oh, almost stolen away. No backcourt because it was tipped. Comes inside to Williams. Williams goes up and goes down. I go up, I go down. 67-63. Brown with the scoop. Now ahead to Farley. Farley goes up, spins out, loose. Iben's going to acrobatically put it home. Now there's a little pace going there. Martin with a tip into himself.
Yeah, and here's one of those spurts. This is what I thought we would get most of the game like, Rob. Just back and forth, really high tempo and pace.
Nice dish in underneath, but Farley couldn't handle it. Comes over to David. Back in the zone are the Moose. You see the shot clock, it's official. David goes, dishes to Farley. Farley got bumped and hit and home. That's a nice finish by Malik Farley.
He's so good at going up and getting the defender to meet him, but his ability to hang in the air is really kind of what sets him apart. He can take the contact, go up and almost initiate, defender, offensive player contact, but he's going to hang a lot longer up in the air and get his shot off, which is usually pretty accurate. He's very effective that way.
Here it is right here, Nate.
Yeah, you're going to see the dribble down underneath, and obviously good dish there. And there's the contact. It doesn't matter that I didn't see who was up in the air, but they're straight up. He's going to the basket, and obviously the foul was caused.
Yeah, I think the foul's going to come maybe on Farley as he crashed in after missing it. 71-65, 5:19 left. As your clock said, we'll be shooting the rest of the time. Brown's got the first one. 19 points on the game for Israel.
Yeah, I have to excuse my camera.
Yeah, Nate forgot to move the camera. There's only two of us doing this. I'm doing the computer and the play-by-play. Nate's doing the color and the camera, so we're doing okay. With just two people. We're having fun with it. Glad for all your wonderful comments out there watching the game. Israel's played a great game. not just the points, now up to 20 points in the game, but the way he's carried himself with the 4 fouls, 2 of those he picked up quickly and didn't get frustrated, just kept playing. Nice feed underneath. Tipped away underneath, too. That was a great defensive play by Govan. Here he comes, tries to get through traffic, and Williams has got it. Mustang basketball, here they come. Swooping in and getting fouled on the swoop through. He'll go to the free throw line. Well, thank you. We had a couple of people. Now you didn't. I haven't mentioned this, but if you're watching it on our website, there's a little donate button. We had several donations over last weekend, and I can find out who that is. I'm going to send you a thank you through email. There's a donate button, and every little bit helps, and we certainly appreciate that. Don't see that on Facebook because you have to be a non-profit. But on our Facebook page, we have a little donate button. We thank the couple of folks that have done that throughout the fall season in football and then a couple of times in basketball already this season. So that's great. We appreciate it. 72-67. Been a good game. We've had 2 good games here. Hope the whole season's going to be this way. It'd be great. Robin is good at the free throw line. 73-67. Comes Smith with it. Smith hesitates. Smith goes up left-handed. Thompson with the rebound. Ahead. Touch pass, but stepping in, making another great play. Govan, he's a good defender. Way outside is Smith. And they get it to Fowley. Fowley comes. No look pass and dunk for Williams. Credit Malik Fowley on that one. That was a beautifully executed play. Fowley looked right. Knew he had the big boy running down the left track. Got it to him. 75-67. And that's going to be called on the move, so it's on right. 4:08 left. Might be a good time for maybe take a timeout or try to slow things down a little bit if you Coach Ford. Get a reorganization. A crucial time right here. It's up to an 8-point lead. So they'll try to dig in on the D as they step up. Go to the trap. Williams floats it home. Well, they shut him off so he couldn't dunk it, but he had nice body position here. Williams has come to life here in the second half. We'll let you know what Saquon's got cooking here in a second. Dishes underneath. That was a pretty feed. Second chance opportunity, staying with it. That was really nicely done by Govan. So Govan's had a good second half as well. The floater and Williams again from McDonald. Williams, 16 points.
And you can just see the difference there. A one-on-one, with the big man down underneath. You're at such a disadvantage, Rob. And really what CM has done, UMA has done, when they come up and pressure the ball, they're only leaving one defender back there to basically guard him one-on-one, and he's just eating at this point.
That was a nice finish by Smith. Let's look at it here while we get the chance. Watch Smith comes hard. Floats it home.
And the basket's good.
Tipped away. Floater home. Govan, and he's going to go get some free throws. So he got the steal, made the basket, and the Moose are on the hunt.
Well, they gave him a technical, Ron.
Oh, it was a technical after the make. So it's red ball. Deegan missed the free throw there. Here it is. I'm sorry, I messed that replay up. David through traffic. Hitting the 3-minute mark. In the corner, Mark McDonald. Won't go, rebound. Mustangs. McDonald's got a new shot clock, so he brings it out and gives it to David. Back to him. Cunningham trying to get inside. Hubbins got it filled for 3. (82-74). Off the glass, but didn't get home, and rebound was Thompson underneath. Sorry, that was Jensen. He's got it here, back outside. Stolen away. It was a tough one to gather, but finally comes to Govan. He's going to lay it in. Did the right thing. Took his time, put it home. 2-minute mark. McDonald. Mustangs will probably take most of this shot clock, except Corey Davis going to launch a rear shot. Puts it up. Won't go. Martin got the rebound. Come the Moose. Smith with it. Smith thinks about the 3, takes the 3, irons it. Ball's loose. Martin's got it. Martin. Corey David's got it now. Here comes Corey David all by himself. Takes his time, lays it up, lays it home.
Number 23, Corey David.
David kind of snuck in the passing lane. They thought there was a free pass to be made, and David snuffed it out. Martin's going to step inside the 3-point line and won't go. Cunningham's got the rebound to David. 25 on the shot clock, but David goes and travels. Got tripped up. I thought maybe the Mustangs might take the shot clock there.
Yeah, that would be what Coach Gagne would want too, Rob.
Dropped, and did it go off somebody? Yeah, it went off red, so it'll stay Moose basketball. You got Moose and Mustangs. I've been trying not to confuse them all night, but I don't think I have. I think I've been all right. I'll probably jinx myself here. Skipped inside.
Remaining in the game. Number 20.
Right with the put up right-handed. Gets the 2-point basket. And now there'll be some chewing on the clock. McDonald thought about the open 3, but passed on it as he should. Began had a foul, and he did. Israel Brown, 20 points. Cameron Johnson, 19. Chris Govan's got 12 points. Connor Davies with 10. Nathan Martin with 8. Jalen Wright with 6. Elijah Smith's got 3. There are your scorers for your Moose. We'll be back in the Moose Land next week on the 14th as they'll take on the Unity College Rams in a doubleheader. Women's game at 6, men at 8. We'll also be on the air down in Mustangville as we'll be at Kirk Hall. And the same thing, we'll have a 6 o'clock game, 8 o'clock game. And it completely escapes me at this point because I'm somewhat brain dead at this hour of the night, apparently. I can't remember who the Mustangs play next Wednesday. But we'll be there for it. So we'll have 2 games going out. So we'll be all over social media that night. We'll have 2 games going out at a time. Both the women's game and the men's game will be concurrent. So you can watch them both if you're a YSCC basketball fan. And they'll both be on our website as well. It's been a good game, Nate. 84-78. It's going to be a tough comeback here. They've got...
yeah, it just kind of seems out of reach, especially if these go in here, Rob.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Yeah.
Even trying to stop the clock on the fouls.
And they got one of the premier foul shooters at the line in Mark McDonald, the 6'2 guard out of Orlando, Florida. McDonald gets 1 of 2. Let's take a look at the high scorers for the Mustangs. Saquon Williams has got 16. Hubbins got a good game. He's got 12. Corey David 12. Mark McDonald 8. A.J. Cunningham 8. Malik Fowley 7. Luke McCuster 2 threes for 6. Matty Attard with 5. Those are your high scorers. Deerink's got 4 points. Burgess with 2. Bosnaxis with 2. And Gents with a pair. Remember, for you Mustang fans, we'll be back on the air Thursday night, not Wednesday. They moved that game if you came in late, so they're going to play Thursday night against Unity. Began back outside, pop way downtown. Kind of had to get the 3 off and finishing up and going to the free throw line.
Coach Guy just got done saying no fouls.
Well, it's early in the season, and both coaches are going to find some teaching moments out of this one.
Absolutely.
That's 5 fouls on Malik Fowley, so they'll have to make a substitution here. Congratulations to the Lady Moose. They pull off the big upset, 58-53 in the first game of the night over the undefeated for many seasons Mustangs. So great win for Coach Seavey. Congratulations, Coach, on your first Moose victory. Did it in style, that's for sure. Fighting for the rebound underneath and a lot of contact, and at this stage letting it cook. McDonald finally gets wrestled, grabbed on the arm by Elijah Smith. So we're going to have some good games this year with YSCC action, I think. We've seen a couple of them already. We saw Southern Maine play in the Can-Am tournament. They're good, as usual, but they've lost some of their firepower too, and they're rebuilding a little bit this year. They're a real hard-working team, as always. In the corner, Began's going to launch one. He's got it. So get it down to a single basket.
It was almost like the officials were ready to pack it in there, Rob.
Yeah.
It's one possession game, and the ball was inbounded to our far side. It looked like a foul there, and they were able to dribble and pass it over to the other side before there was a foul called.
That should do it there.
That'll do it.
Unless they foul a three-point shooter, in which case we'll have to carry Coach Gagne out.
It's a good miss, actually.
So that's going to end it. A hard-fought 4-point victory for the Mustangs. They win it 87-83. High scorer Israel Brown with 20 and Cameron Johnson with 19. Chris Govan with 14 points. And Connor Davies with 10 for your Moose. So the Moose fall to 0-2. The Mustangs will improve in YSCC action to 1-1. Well, it was a great night of basketball here from the Augusta Civic Center. We want to thank you all for joining us here tonight. Rob Munzing and Nate Munzing along here for the call of both games. And again, congratulations to the Moose women as they get the victory here tonight in the first game. And in the second game here, 4-point victory for the Mustangs. Well, that's going to wrap it up here. We'll see you next time on Thursday night on Munzing Media, as we'll have the Mustang game from Kirk Hall. We're back here next week for our next Moose Call. Thanks all the fans out there. For Nate, I'm Rob. We're Munsing Media. Good night, everybody.